Eric Gonzales with your Mortgage Market Minute, your weekly update on what's going on within our economy that affects our housing market, in particular our housing market in Oahu. All right, before I move on, please like, comment, or subscribe on my YouTube page. I'd love to see you over there. And give me some comments if you'd like to see anything. Now let's get into our economy. We got the final report for first quarter gross domestic product. All right, and there are three reports, all right, first, second, and then the final. They all got progressively worse. We started out at 1.3 was the first estimate, second was 1.5. Today it was minus 1.6. All right, so it just kept getting worse. Minus 1.6, all right, another quarter, this second quarter, if it is in the negative, then we are officially in a recession. I'm not smiling because I like it. I'm smiling because the world isn't going to end. It just shows that our economy has slowed down pretty drastically. And there's a lot of different manufacturer reports right now that are coming out that indicate the last day of the month, it's going to be pretty negative, all right? Most reports are saying it's either 0 or 0.3%, right? Expect negative. And that's just where it is. It's not the sky's falling, it's just where our economy is. And it's really what we can expect given inflation and the fact that inflation is out of control. All right, we just got a apartment list. They do basically a summary of where rentals are across the nation on apartments. 1.3% increase month over month. We're up over 14% for rental increases year over year. Single family homes is 13 to 14%. Rent is going up, and guess what? As inflation continues to stay high, so will your increases in rent. If you're renewing a lease, guess what? Your landlord's most likely going to raise your rent. If you're looking to rent right now, they're going to extract a lot of money. I was just talking to a buddy of mine today. His son and his buddies are renting a place. It is a shack. It is a shack that he and his 3 buddies, it's a teardown. They're paying $3,500 a month. All right, and it's not even in like a good part of Kailua. It's not like they can see the beach. All right, rent prices, especially in Oahu, where the housing inventory is already low, are up. Okay, that is a product of inflation. That is a product of a lack of inventory overall of housing. All right, and that apartment list report came out. All right, so those are the things going on. Fed Chair Powell, he just talked this week. All right, he's talking. It seems like he's talking all the time, and every time I see him, he's looking older. He just basically said, "Hey, you know what? The Fed, we are going to combat inflation. We're going to do everything we can to bring inflation down." Read that as we are going to raise the Fed funds rate 75 basis points in July, probably 75 basis points in September. Who knows? Maybe even more. And they're going to do this at the expense of the economy. Soft landing. He basically said, be prepared, we're not going to have a soft landing. So he's gone from inflation is transitory last year to we're going to have a soft landing. Recession is not inevitable to we're going to bring down inflation and we might bring the economy down with it. Okay, so that's our Fed chair, and he's got to do that. He's got to bring down inflation because that is just strangling Americans, all right, our ability to, we're paying way too much for gas, we're paying way too much for food, and that's not going to change until we bring inflation down. And the only tool that they have to do that is to raise the Fed funds rate, which makes it more expensive for people to do things, for people to borrow money. And when it's too expensive, what do? Well, most people, they stop spending, and that's kind of what we need, all right? So let's talk about home prices. And speaking of inflation, home prices, man, they've been up crazy, all right? The Case-Shiller Home Price Index, it came out this week. And after 4 straight months of rising home appreciation, all right, we're at 20.6% annual appreciation for the month of March. And this is for the month of April, this report, so that's old news. All right, we actually had a decline, first decline of 4 months. We went from 20.6% down to 20.4%. So does that mean home prices are going down? No, not really. Basically, and that's where the asterisk comes from. right? The rate of appreciation has slowed down, and we can expect to see that continue as the year goes on, all right? Homes are still gonna appreciate, just not at the crazy rate. And again, two things to think about here. One, this is old news, right? This is for the month of April. Two, the other thing is, homes are still appreciating. So all this thought of a housing bubble, housing prices are gonna come down, man, that ain't gonna happen. Home prices will come down, but that's because people are just, they keep thinking that home prices are gonna go up. They're not, they're gonna be kind of like that, all right? So, speaking of that, where are home prices appreciating the most? Well, Miami, month over month, Miami, Tampa Bay, and Dallas. Over 3% appreciation month over month for the month of April. Year over year, it's Miami, it's Tampa Bay, and Phoenix, all over 30% annual appreciation. All right, so you bought a home in one of those cities over metropolitan areas over the last year, all right, you're already, and you did a conventional loan, you could already refinance out of your private mortgage insurance. That's how much homes have appreciated. And if you're thinking about doing that, you can't do that now, all right? Because on the mainland, guess what? Home prices will eventually start coming down. Not so much here, not quite as drastic, okay? So, next big report that came out, all right, pending home sales. So these are two reports that came out in the last week. Two reports that are positive for housing across the nation, and they reflect housing here. All right, pending home sales, all right, actually up month over month from April to May, 0.7%. All right, there's an expected decline because the rates went up. There's an expected decline of 4%. It was up. All right, why? People still want to buy homes, regardless of the interest rate. The rates aren't so high that people can't afford to buy homes. All right, this is on top of a new home sales report that showed from April to May, all right, new home sales went up 14%. The demand is out there. And I've seen some people say, well, the demand's gonna go away. I mean, I guess if rates go up another percentage point, the demand will go away. I agree, all right? It's more, not so much the demand, people still wanna buy, it's just the affordability is stopping it. Now, home price affordability has gone down, it's gone down significantly, but the demand is still there. There just aren't enough homes. All right, and that shows in those two reports I just talked about, the pending home sales and the new home sales reports. All right, and then kind of one of the last things I want to talk about. I just saw a report today that said vacation home rentals have declined, and it's the first time they're at the lowest level since before the pandemic started, the COVID pandemic started. And why is that? All right, vacation, people have been buying cash, you know, especially out here, paying cash for vacation homes or for investment properties. Why are the numbers down? Well, hey, it's pretty simple. Two things, really, maybe three. One, rates are higher. All right, it's a lot more expensive to buy. Two, it's called the wealth effect. All right, right now, the stock market, and a lot of people are down 20, 30%. All right, if you invested a lot of money into Bitcoin, you just lost a lot of money. So the wealth effect is when people are losing money, they don't tend to go spend money somewhere else. All right, so you're seeing a decrease. But the other thing that is causing vacation rent purchases to go down, that fee that the FHFA just levied in March of up to 4% fee on all investment properties, second home property purchases. So on $1 million home, in addition to paying whatever you're going to pay to get your rate, there's going to be a 4% fee on top of that. You're talking up to around $40,000 fee. All right, that's not a very good loan price. That's not very appetizing to people who want to buy second homes, investment properties. Where do we stand if you're a buyer or a seller? I always end with this. I was joking around. You know, oh, stop. You know what? The sky is falling. Don't do anything with your money. You know what? I always look at this as opportunity. All right? There's opportunity. While everyone else is running scared, running for the hills, or running for shelter, they're going into base housing. That means you have an opportunity. Again, you don't have as much buying power now as you did 3-4 months ago. But you still have buying power, and as long as you adjust your budget, as long as you have it in your mind that this is not my forever home, and also that your first rate is not your last rate, right? then you should still consider buying a home. Again, not for everybody, man. I tell you what, if you're on the fence, let's talk. If it doesn't make sense, trust me, I will tell you. All right, I was just with a guy today. He's a friend of mine now. And you want to know why? Because I told him, you know what? Getting this loan is not in your best interest. All right? He didn't need that loan. All right? He actually did another product, but he didn't use me because what he wanted initially with me wasn't the best option for him. All right? I'm not doing this to take your money. I'm doing this to help you find financial freedom. All right? If you're a seller or thinking about selling, you need to talk to your realtor. You need to talk to the people who helped you out, people who you trust, to help you make the decision. You know, if you have a 2.25 or 2.75 interest rate, man, that's really awesome. And in most cases with rent rising the way it has, there's a good chance that you'll break even at least, all right? And you can keep the home. But if you don't want to deal with the property management, hey, you know what? And you've owned the home for 2 or 3 years, you know what? Just take the money and run, all right? Take the money and, you know, put it in safekeeping, all right? Because you earned it, all right? You made that decision. I talk to people every day. I talk to past clients, and I love talking to them, and I haven't had a client who's regretted buying a home. I haven't, you know, and that makes me feel good because in some cases, they were reluctant to buy, all right? They were really afraid, and that's a natural thing. You spend a lot of money, all right? But, you know what? At the end of the day, they're pretty freaking happy they did, all right? So, I guess the bottom line is give me a call, all right? Let's chat. That's all I got for you. You know what? We got a 4th of July weekend coming up. I hope you guys get out, relax. I'm out. Have a great weekend.